Welcome to today's piano lesson. Today we will be exploring the staff and also reviewing some finger numbers to help you fill out the worksheet that I made for you. Let's get started exploring the staff. So in music, the staff is like a staircase, but for the piano. A staff is made of 5 lines and 4 spaces that live between. This is where notes live. The notes that we play on our piano live on the staff. There are 2 different types of staff homes that we use when we play the piano. There is the bass staff, which we use when we play with our left hand, and there's the treble staff, which we use when we play with our right hand. As you can see here, the lower half of the piano is on the bass staff, and the upper half of the piano is on the treble staff. And this is why, generally, we always use our left hand when we play in the bass clef, and we use our right hand when we play in the treble. Now let's find middle C on the piano. There it is, right in the middle. Middle C lives between the treble and bass staffs. It doesn't have a spot on either of them. Middle C lives on a line that floats below the treble staff, and it can also live on a line that floats above the bass staff. This is because middle C is the lowest note we play with our right hand, and that's why it is on the bottom of the treble staff. Middle C is the highest note that we play with our left hand, and that's why it lives on the top of the bass staff. This is what middle C would look like on the bass staff. And this is what it would look like on the treble staff. These are the same note. You would press the same key on the piano if you saw either of these in your music. This half note is going to demonstrate for you how notes can move along the staff like a staircase. Watch how this half note moves from the bottom of the staff to the top by stepping from the line to the space, line, space, line, space, line, space. As you can see, notes can live on either spaces or lines on the staff. Here you can see what it looks like when notes are in spaces. There are 4 different spaces that notes can live in. Notes can also live on the lines of the staff. You can see here that there are 5 different lines that notes can live on. Let's take a quick learning break. How about a joke? Why did the piano player get arrested? Because he kept getting into treble. What do you girls think? Was that a good joke, or was it treble? All right, let's get back to our lesson. Each location on the staff represents a different note on the piano. So whether it be a line or a space, each spot on the staff has a letter name. In the treble staff, the spaces actually spell the word face. This is an easy way to remember what the notes are in the spaces. Face in the space. So the bottom space is F, then we have A, then C, then E. The note names of the lines are E, G, B, D, F. Some people remember this with the saying, every grandma bakes delicious fudge, or every good boy does fine. You can come up with your own little phrase that helps you remember these letters. So if you bounce back and forth between the spaces and the lines, you'll see that we are following the alphabet. So look at the A on the second space. The line above it is B. Then we have C, D, E, F, and so on. So as we move up the staff we are moving up on the piano. Here are a couple examples. So we have a half note on the staff and it is in the space. This note is C and you would play a C on the piano. Here, the note moved down to the line below. This line is B, so you would play a B on the piano. Pause the lesson video here and find number 2 on your worksheet. Can you identify which notes live on lines and which notes live on spaces? Don't worry, we're going to come back to question 1 later. Now we're going to talk about the differences between a step and a skip on the staff. Understanding how notes can climb up the staff like a staircase helps us know how far notes are from one another. Like I've said, notes moving up on the staff are the same as playing notes that go higher on the piano. A note that goes from a line to the next space are a step. Here we can see we have a note on the bottom line and then a note on the space right above. So these are a step apart. Notes that go from a line to the next line are a skip because we skipped a note. So here you can see we have 2 different notes on lines. This is called a skip. Let's take a look at some examples. Can you tell if these notes are a step or a skip apart? We have 1 note on a space and the next note on a line, so they're a step apart. Now, are these notes a step or a skip apart? They are both on lines, so they are a skip apart. Pause this lesson video again and find number 3 on your worksheet. Can you identify which notes are steps and which are skips? All right, it is now time to review our finger numbers. So here we see our left and right hands. Remember that the thumb is always 1 and the pinky is always 5. From here, you can fill in the rest of the numbers. Pointer finger is 2, middle is 3, ring finger is 4. Imagine you are at your piano and you set your right hand in C position. Our first finger, the thumb, is on middle C. What finger would play a step above? Finger 2. From finger 2, what finger would we use to play a skip above? Finger 4. Once again, pause the lesson video and find number 1 on your worksheet. Can you write in the missing finger numbers? Once you have completed number 1, we will move on to our final section, number 4. Pause the lesson video here and fill in the missing note names. By completing this worksheet, you have labeled a line of music 4 different ways. If you haven't noticed, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have the same notes. So now go to your piano and play this line of music. You can use any line that helps you the most.